could be anything I wanted to be when I grew up, and I wanted to be a superhero. I got to fulfill my dream by becoming a police officer. I'm Detective Billingsley with the Renton Police Department, and I'd like to read you a story. After a day of fighting crime, it's time to tuck the kiddos into bed. And one thing that my son loves is this book, Dog Breath. And I'd like to read that to you today. Let's get started. This is Dog Breath, The Horrible Trouble with Hally Tosis. By Dave Reichley. There once was a dog named Hally who lived with the Tosis family. Hally Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Hally Tosis had horrible breath. Whenever Hally Tosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. When the children took Hally Tosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Hally Tosis. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. And Hally jumped to say hello. Mr. and Miss Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. The next day, Mr. and Miss Tosis decided to find a new home for Hally. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Hally Tosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hally's breath away, but it didn't. Phew-wee. Next, the children took Hally Tosis to a very exciting movie. They hoped that with all the excitement, it would leave Hally breathless. Oh, but it didn't. So finally, the children took Hally Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hally would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. But that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hally's bad breath had failed. Now, only a miracle could save Hally Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hally Tosis. "Yikes," whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Ah, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy. The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. That dog couldn't hurt a fly, whispered one burglar. Come here, Poochie. Poochie, Poochie, whispered the other. So Hally Tosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. What do you think happened? The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find two burglars passed out cold on the living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon Hally Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. In the end, Mr. and Miss Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hally. They decided to keep her, their wonderful watchdog after all. Because life without Hally Tosis just wouldn't make any sense. And that's the end. Thanks for letting me read to you today. Just remember, wash your hands and brush your teeth.